My goodness. I should have worn my platforms. Sorry, guys. But good morning. Thank you so much for having me this morning, and thanks for that great introduction, Jim. So I'm here to share with all of you the impacts of tourism in our community, both from a financial perspective as well as on the quality of life that we have here in San Luis Obispo. And so to do that, I have a few nuggets of things for you to be thinking about. First, when you consider the factors that you use when you're deciding the vacation destination that you'd like to go to, what are the things you're considering? You're thinking about things like a drive for discovery and exploration, interest in new cultures and new ideas, a desire to unplug and to relax, maybe just to be able to live in the moment and make memories with the ones that you love most. Well, here's the deal, guys. That's the same reason that people choose San Luis Obispo for their very, very precious vacation time. In a recent study commissioned by our city's Tourism Business Improvement District, or our TBID board, we asked visitors why they choose San Luis Obispo over and over again as their vacation destination. Their responses included things like relaxation, getaways, the scenery, our fantastic restaurants, and of course, our wonderful outdoor activities. Well, I think as locals that we can all attest that these are the same reasons why we choose to live here. These are some of those very important pillars that make up our unique quality of life that we have here in San Luis Obispo. And we recognize that what makes our community special for us is also a reason why people choose to come here to play. Every year, the city welcomes approximately 1.4 million visitors into San Luis Obispo. And we know that when looking at the county overall, that even though a visitor might not be choosing San Luis Obispo to spend the night here, overnight in our hotels, we know that San Luis Obispo is still on the very top of their must-do list to make a visit into our downtown or experience some of the wonderful things that we have here. These guests are primarily coming from destinations throughout California, as well as other destinations from around the country, places like Denver, Seattle, maybe Texas, New York, even Chicago. But in addition to that, they're also coming to us internationally from places like the UK, Germany, Australia, China, Mexico, and Canada. As locals, we get the opportunity to just not share our community with them, but we also get the experience of being able to learn from their diversity, to be welcoming to them in our community, and to learn from their cultures that they are bringing here to us. This blending of visitor and local experiences, well, that doesn't always mean it's rainbow and roses, right? We recognize that we must share our roads and our trails and, dare I say, parking spots. But while that may inconvenience us from time to time, our community benefits overall more overwhelmingly than the impacts that they have in our community. Next fiscal year, the city is projected to bring in $8 million in transient occupancy tax. Now, what is that? We call that TOT. You may know that as the hotel tax that you pay when you stay in a room in a property. That makes up 10% of the city's general fund. That's the third largest revenue source for our city. And when it comes to sales tax, for every $1 generated in San Luis Obispo, 72 cents of that is paid by a visitor, and only 28 cents is paid by a local. So what does that mean? These tax revenues go directly into funding the services and programs that we all need to live and work and play here. Those include our public safety, our park maintenance, our paved streets, our beloved open space, our urban forest, and so much more. Additionally, in 2017, the TBID studied the economic impact of these visitors in our community, and we learned that over $338 million is produced by those visitors here in San Luis Obispo. This is in addition to those tax dollars that are generated as well. And that $338 million went directly into our favorite local restaurants, our shops, our attractions, our museums, our events. So for perspective, let's think about this. Where was the last place that you spent $100 in San Luis Obispo? probably the grocery store, maybe Target. But when a visitor comes in and spends that same $100, they're spending that in those wonderful shops that are unique to San Luis Obispo, those great restaurants that we enjoy so much that we couldn't do on our own without their fuel of our economy. So to wrap up, and you may ask me, okay, so how can I contribute to this unforgettable slow experience? How can I make sure that I'm helping to lure these very important visitors back again and again? Well, my answer's simple. The next time that you're around town and you may see someone maybe looking a little bit lost or unsure where to go, stop, maybe extend a warm smile or a friendly hello that we're known for, maybe even point them in the right direction. Because while we may have fantastic farmers market, amazing open space, and some really wonderful things to see and do, time and time again, we hear that it's our people in San Luis Obispo that make this place a memorable and attractive destination. Thank you so much.